the math, and it's the number that decides whether any of the rest of it works. Location quality in vending is measured in people per day, not in square feet. The rule of thumb operators use is that a full-size machine wants somewhere around 50 to 100 people with regular access to it before weekly service makes sense. And those people need a reason to be in the building for hours rather than minutes. A 200-person distribution center running 3 shifts beats a 400-person office where everybody leaves at noon and walks to a sandwich shop. Foot traffic isn't the metric. Captive foot traffic is the metric. That's why the best sites in this industry are the places people can't conveniently leave. Hospitals, plants, laundromats, dealership service lounges, gyms, and college dormitories. And notice what the customer is really paying for in those buildings. A bag of chips that costs you 55 cents at wholesale sells for $1.50 in the machine, roughly 3 times the price of the identical bag at the grocery store 2 miles down the road. Nobody is confused about this. They're paying for the fact that they can't leave, and the entire margin of this industry lives inside that one sentence. Now let's do the math this entire business turns on because it's the calculation most new operators skip. Take one machine in a decent site, a small office building or a busy laundromat, grossing $250 a month. That sounds like a car payment covering itself. Watch what happens to it. Product cost in vending typically runs 40 to 50% of the retail price, which is where the industry's famous margins come from, and also where they end. Call it 45%, so $112 of that $250 walks straight back out the door as inventory. You're left with $138. Now the location wants paying, because almost every real site does. Commissions to the host business commonly run 5 to 20% of gross sales, and on a good site, the property manager knows exactly what that number should be. At 10% of gross, that's another $25. You're at $113. Now the payments. If 65% of that machine's sales come through the card reader and the processor takes 6% of those, you've paid about $10, plus the $10 monthly telemetry fee on the same reader. You're at $93. Now the part that never makes it into the spreadsheet. You have to drive there. Say the site is 12 miles from your house and you service it weekly, so 24 miles round trip, 4 times a month, 96 miles. The federal standard mileage rate for business driving was 70 cents a mile in 2025, and that rate exists precisely because it approximates what a vehicle costs to run once fuel, tires, insurance, and depreciation are all counted. 96 miles at 70 cents is about $67. Your $250 machine just became $26, and it took roughly 4 hours of driving, loading, filling, and counting to earn it. Read that again. A machine sold to you as a $250 a month asset produced $26 and consumed half a